Hello friends, it's Nancy and I'm back. I'm working on this new journal that I started Saturday afternoon. And as I'm working on this journal, I am also cleaning my shelves. I'll take papers out and then shove them back in and everything is a mess, and now things are piled on top of each other instead of being vertical. I found this scrapbook that I got there's some that are glued in. I just read that. That's gross. In 1921. During the last 2 years, 3 cases have occurred in Toronto of babies suffering from a very severe eruption of boil-like sores on the neck, chest, and arms. Ugh. Developed into large hairy flies of a species whose habits were hitherto quite unknown. The babies all recovered. Well, that's good. So these are all from the 20s. The Queenston Chippewa Power Development. So that's on the other side of the border, across from Queenston Heights. There's some big hunks of paper in here. The Mail and Empire, 1926. Okay, well, I'm going to start popping these papers into this little folder. Dodd's Kidney Pills. This is from 1936. So not quite as old. And I'm going to stick these little pieces in as well. Kelly Business School graduating class. What's this one? Niagara Falls, 1924. Well, we'll just stick that away. These are good for collage. Not much else. Okay, so that's I think these are all what I will do is cut these into tag shapes, probably using a die. $1944. Okay, stick that in there. These are all deaths and funerals. And there's quite a few Matthews in here. Now, Matthews was my maiden name, and with 2 T's. Now this one over here has only 1 T, and I'm 150% sure. Okay, maybe not that much. I'm pretty sure that that's where part of our family settled. Maybe I'll look. Maybe I'll keep these ones that have Matthews on them and give them to my sister. There's another Matthews with 2 T's. There was a way I could get these little screw things out. Look for my pliers. Let's see. Oh, well, I didn't cut it, but I pulled it right out. That's good enough. Works for me. Let's try this one. Oh yeah, this is brittle, brittle, brittle. Those are metal. Well, I think these are all glued down. I was just looking for any more loose ones. So, oh, there's a couple of blank ones. Oh, that's good. I don't mind that at all. So I'm going to pause and work away at these little jobs, and I'll be back momentarily. All right, I've got these all cut. Quite a stack of those. Not too many of the little ones, but that's okay. I'm probably going to sort these into some packs and throw them in on a Looney Toony sale sometime. But let's use one to make something for the journal, the current journal. I need ink. So this, I got in touch with my sister, and she said that all of the Matthews in this scrapbook are probably not directly related. Probably if we go back a gazillion generations, they might be 5th cousins 12 times removed or something. But anyway, So I want to cover the back with something. So I'm just going to grab a hunk of paper here. Well, this will do nicely. And, okay. So I've got my die here. I'm just going to flip it over and trace the inside. And I could use scissors, but I'm not. I probably should. It's old paper. I keep forgetting. Okay, I'm going to retrace that. Just a little bit over. Try not to be so stubborn, Nancy. A little bit of ink. And let's use some purple glue, but I'll go around the edge with Mark Glitter glue. Here we are. Okay, so I want to add, it says weddings, so I want to add a bride and groom, but there's some background here I want to cut out. I'll get my glass and my X-Acto knife. I think cutting out this space will just make it look a little less heavy. I think I'll do that with a pair of Sharpie sharp point scissors. some of that away so that I can get my scissors in here. And it's only fitting that her dress is short because his pants are too short. You can definitely see his socks. That looks extra. There, that looks a little better. Something weird going on with their neck. Oh yeah, you're much more lovely now. All right, that's a beautiful couple. Beautiful. I need to punch this hole. It's not big enough. Where's my other punch? She has roses in her bouquet. I wonder, I've got some book pages here. I'm just wondering if I have any roses. Those daisies are nice. I think these might all be wildflowers. Yeah, these are all going to be wildflowers. All right. So I have a piece of lace here. And I thought I might just glue right there. Come on. I probably could have just used glue stick for this, or even fabric or white glue or glitter glue. Now here's a controversial subject. Do you think there's any difference in art glitter glue and, you know, an ordinary department store brand? I'm wondering if it's just the fact that it has that fine writing tip that is the draw. Okay. Let me know what you think. doesn't mean I'm going to stop using it. I have quite a bit available to me. I bought a refill bottle not too long ago. Okay, now I have another piece of lace. I'm just going to take this rolled edge off. Ink these guys up. And just touching the sides to cover up any white card. I don't like this shadow under her shoe. Oh, I don't need that. Come on. Even though this is card, I'm using fabric glue because it's going to be gluing onto fabric. In many cases, it's going to be gluing through fabric. I'm just going to angle his elbow off a little bit, just to show a little more of that lace. Oh, that's just some glue stick back there. Now, I've cut some reinforcements. Paper was lifting off there. I use my X-Acto just to take a little of this paper out. It wasn't exactly the same. have this netting. This was cut or unpicked from, I don't know, a collar or something. So this was just binding the edge of some lace. So when I unpicked it, there's still some threads there. And then I ironed it flattish. And I thought it might make a good tie. It will need a little bit of color though, because it's a smidge too white. Having another heat wave this weekend. We had a little rain, but you know, that comes with hot weather, here's rain. This needs some gold too. So that will sort of go there. I'm going to see what I can find that's gold. Okay. I initially thought I would use like this little charm, but then I remembered I had these. These are stitch markers. And I thought these little beads would really match. But it'd be hanging on her head, so no. But I thought they would really match the fabric that's lining the inside of the journal. I'll have to put those back. Nope. I'm just going to stitch that there. If I can find. I'm sure that'll be just fine. So I'm going to go in through the inside and bury that big knot. And then trim the thread. Come on, you. All right. Yeah, that's a little less lumpy. Okay, I'm happy with that. We have another piece of ephemera done using old stash. All right, next thing on the list, this bad boy. I got this at the same time as I got the other, the scrapbook that I got these tags from, that I cut these tags from. I bought both books at the same time. Where's my staple remover? Okay. If you don't have a staple remover like this, get yourself a staple remover like this. You can find it at Staples, funnily enough. And I'll just go right to the center. Now, again, we've got some that have clippings, but then there's a whole lot of pages in the back that have no clippings. So this staple remover does less damage to your paper. Okay. So the ones that have stuff stuck to them, I'm just going to tear off, and I'll save the plain pages for projects. Okay, I'll get working on that. Okay, that's done. I'm going to put, these are folios, so they're two-sided, they're plain. Except where it's stained by newspaper. But I'm going to put those in my next Looney Toony sale. I saved the label from the front by gluing it to some paper, and we'll use that as something. These are all single sheets that I'm going to keep. And now I got to figure out what I'm going to do with these. So I think what I'll initially do is tear off the plain bits. I can use them. This one's just got some writing on it. So I'll put that into my collage box. That can go in the folder. What's this one say? Why druggists faint. I'll have to read that later. It's fun. More writing. A shorthand contest. Bah, I don't want that. right. Put these aside. Oh, this can go in... Where's my newspaper? I had a folder with newspaper in it. Oh, there it is. I got my fingers right on it. Ew. Come on, Nance. Get her together. Now, what could I do with these? Let me know what you think. I mean, I could cut them into tags as well, but I don't want to. Okay. So, with these bits, I'm thinking I can put them together and make... Oh, yeah. Trying to decide what to use. What about... I can't be bothered digging it out. It's going to get washi tape. Got some packing tape here. We can start with that. Pretty tough stuff. Just tear it right in half. Oops. Jordan said he was going to come over and borrow a ladder, but I haven't seen him yet. What he would need a ladder for. Anybody's guess. I guess I don't need all of that, do I? All right, that can be cut down to 9 1/4. I'm going to use my rotary blade just so I don't have any issues. And around those corners. Looks like I just went a little too far there. What am I looking for? Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. I do know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my sponge. Came up with a couple of ideas. So I had these book pages out. I saved some for later use. The rest I put into bundles of 20. Those will be going in my Looney Toony sale. I have fussy cut a couple of them to go on this page. And again, I'm looking to use oranges and reds just to go with the orange and red gold colors of the fabric that's the inside cover. So we'll just pat that little guy there. I think I'll put that one there. Just a tiny little bit has to go. It's too bright. Okay. There, she's lovely. And we have another page ready to go in. So I did have an idea for this. I'm going to cut this down and make a postcard. Looking for a ruler. And this book has every illustration is perfect to make a postcard from because of the size. A little bit of ink. And I'll just use a little bit of this glue. Maybe I won't. Okay. This doesn't really matter. And I will cut that out using this. I'm just going to put the 1/8 of an inch mark there. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm not happy unless it is. I just emptied my recycle bin the other day and it's filling back up. Now, to make this look really postcardy, I need some stamps. So I'm going to leave the back plain. Like usually a postcard, you know, it would be stamped on the back, but I'm going to stamp it on the front. I've just got it on this mouse pad. Yay! Now I need a stamp. A stamp. Maybe I'll use one that has paler cancellation marks on it. Here, this one's got a little less going on there. Okay. Oh, he's moving around up there. Anything could happen. I have some cancellation marks here. I think that one will do. What the heck is that? Well, whatever it was, it's gone. And this I'm going to stamp, but it'll be sort of off. There, that worked good. Okay, let's put it back. And I'll ink this. I'll ink both sides, I guess. Did I already ink this side? I don't know. No, I guess I didn't. Nice. Okay, we have another piece of ephemera. Next. Let me just take a look and see what I've got next. Okay, we'll just take a couple of minutes to do a really fast project. This was a book of labels that I got. The Art of Label. The Art of the Label. Which I've now thrown all over the place. Silver cashews. Interesting way to spell it. Okay, so this was a little article, and I thought I would add a label. Part of a label. Part of a label. Okay. Let's add part of a label. Do I like this one better? You know what? I'm going to cut the green off. Just to make it a little narrower, then I can get more on the actual card. And frame is gold. Yeah, I'm going to go with this one. So part of this will get cut off, and that's okay with me. So I'm just going to run a little bead of our glitter glue. Just so. Anyway, I thought this was kind of a fun story, so that's why I backed it with another piece that had newspaper, so it's nice and what do you call the word? It's stiff. Okay. Ruler. And I'm flipping it over just so I'm so I'm only cutting off the label, not too much more. So the idea of the story is that he's not really selling that many pharmaceuticals. He sold 19, by 8/10 he had sold 19 boxes of face powder, 2 eyebrow pencils, 6 boxes of rouge, 4 lipsticks, 7 cans of face cream, and 23 ice cream sodas. I think that's cute. Well, what might have been cuter is if I saved that other side. Nah, I won't worry about it. Maybe I will worry about it. By the time I trim that off, there wouldn't be much left, so no point in saving that. I do have another lotion on here. Oh, I thought I had a piece of paper there. So all of these air bubbles that are in there, that's not my doing. That was the newspaper being glued down back in the 1920s. I have a feeling I'm going to stitch this one, but we'll wait until I've got more stitching to do before I clear off the table in front of my sewing machine. And choose thread and bobbins and all that good stuff. All right, so that is the bulk of today. I got quite a lot done, didn't I? All right, thanks so much for joining me. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.